learning so much about Andromeda. It's kind of been a lot of fun to play with a new tool, I guess I would say, or a new update or new algorithm. But I wanted to start by doing a brief recap what I'm seeing inside of the actual trends analysis of user data, and then also how that actually equates to changes. Just because it's so much fun to jump past assumptions and then actually contradict known standard operating procedures with good data. So here's what I mean. I still see a lot of users who will be piling into the testing Andromeda. And so for some reason, people believe that you can test Andromeda. They don't believe that they're actually in Andromeda now. Like everyone's on Andromeda, period. Like it's not I tried an Andromeda style campaign. No, like that's not a thing. You have to be either all in or all out. So, and I actually have a case study from earlier today that I want to go through. But
real quick though. So for getting into Andromeda, that's the sales lead campaign versus like a traffic campaign.
No, I mean Andromeda is basically the creative does the targeting, like your inclusions,
right? But I'm saying to use Andromeda kind of thing, conversion based.
Yes, yeah. I mean to use, everyone's using Andromeda. Like that's the bad part is like even your legacy campaigns are using Andromeda.
Gotcha.
And that's the bad part is like that's why even campaigns that have exclusions are not doing exclusions anymore.
Yeah.
I even have like another account here. Essentially, they had like campaign A, campaign B, legacy, new one, and then new one and legacy are both doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Decium client. We had to basically take PRPT and retargeting and move it into one. I'll kind of share that with one too. Yeah. So remember, a bunch of users on Meta, your ads in your campaign. You see how there's no like ad set, there's no campaign. It's basically like your ads, and then it's going to say we're going to take your jumbled mess of ads, we're going to test them, we're going to refine them, and then we're going to come up with a process that's more like show these ads first and these ads second, these ads first, these ads second, these ads first, these ads second in this succession, and then we come out with the different type of ad candidates per archetype, all done by NVIDIA. So what this also means though is that when we're taking a look at our actual individual creatives, the Andromeda algorithm demands systemic storytelling over the course of the user journey as new users are coming in and new users are going out. Jumping into Paint. So you have 4 points in time, 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And you have your audience, okay? Your audience here is going to see these groups of ads are going to show to these people. The people are going to respond back, and then Meta's going to say, aha, these ads are good here, like this subset of ads here. So now that subset of ad there is going to be delivered next. Like these are the ones that have the higher amount of ad spend. And then it's going to show to the audience, and they're going to say back like, yeah, we love those things. Cool. And then the third day, it's going to say, well, I kind of don't want to keep showing the same ads to the same people. So what else you got? And then obviously you want to iterate your best performing here. So you show newer versions of the best performing, go back to the audience and say, hey, but wait, there's more, then do it again and do it again. Now, as this starts to optimize, what we are knowing is that there's always people moving in and always people moving out of the market. And what you're doing is you're working through an iterative process to take kind of half shitty ads, half good ads, make them better, make them better, make them better. And then now you have a nice good set of ads over here that constantly gets shown to and from the people as they move in and out of the sequence. You're refining your total messaging to a group of people that are all like-minded and similar. Now, what you'll see here on Andromeda, though, is it does do it in subsessions. So you have some that are getting first click, some are getting last click. Then obviously you have your middle clicks. Now, Meta, we know, is a last click environment. So it's going to show what they did last. Here's a good example. This is my brand for the last 30 days. We've spent 270 grand. We have a bunch of sales, but watch this. This is where things get quite interesting. And so we have our non-UGC products here. This is our basically everything that does not have, or that's not just a full UGC, but it's a kind of like a product mix. And the product mix here is moving in and out with the UGC. So what I mean by that is if we filter to selected rows, we have, then we're going to do that. plus filter. Okay. So when you filter the select rows, scuba power, CPL, don't wait. Okay. See how they're all non-UGC. There's no dogs, that kind of stuff. It's just product focused. My CPA is 236 and we spent $46,000 on it, right? So 46K, 236 compared to everything else that's getting a 360. So $120 cheaper in CPA. So here's where I have a question now. Knowing what you know now, knowing what the Andromeda model is, how it attributes, if we see that out of the ads that are running of 27, 6 of them are non-UGC and they're getting really good performance, what does that tell you, Caden? Oh, hey, Alex is here. Maximilian's here. Juan's here. So people are chiming in. Okay, here's everything right now. Would you, A, start pausing UGC ads? Would you, B, start to create more non-UGC ads? Or C, would you iterate the non-UGC ads?
That's a good question. I would probably iterate. Well, I would create more UGC based ads if the spend is higher, because I know that there's more impression and more engagement on further up the funnel based on the amount spent versus the results on more static based ads, because that's the last part of the funnel per se. That's the click that occurs, not the impression and the message that occurs.
So you would create more non-UGC.
I would create more whatever was performing, which would be UGC based on the spend. I'd be looking at the spend is mainly what I would be doing.
Well, we got spent from 38 grand down to $1,500. What were we looking here?
So I look in the top, I would say like 20% and say, okay, pet or prod, CID, red, blues, carousel. Okay, those are all carousel though.
Mm-hmm. Alex says iterate more UGC plus iterate the ones that aren't converting with different motivators. Okay.
Yeah, I would say more concepts to test to see what translates to more bottom of funnel conversions per se, and leave the ads the same that are converting.
So our move is to add more non-UGC first. And Alex, you're very, very, very close with iterate, because that's also what we were going to say first. I have a cheat sheet that you guys don't have, but I'll show you what I mean. Inside of Wicked Reports, because we obviously, need multiple attributions of everything. Like we have 5 different, pieces of touch point for everything. Watch this. This is in a 1 month time period. And this 1 month time period shows our non-UGC is here. Non-UGC is here. Now, here's what we'll notice. Meta is last click attributed. The fact that non-UGC shows a lower CPA probably has to do with way more warm traffic. Watch this. UGC, 63 cold. UGC, 71 cold. UGC, 77 cold. Non-UGC, 46 cold. Non-UGC, 43 cold. UGC, 71 cold. UGC, 73 cold. UGC, 66 cold. So there's an outlier here with these two. They're 30 basis points lower than their peers.
Yeah.
Now, about 20 to 30 basis points lower. Another thing you're going to notice is the amount of clicks to leads. Leads are add to carts. Okay. 30,000 add to carts, 30,000 users, 100 add to carts. 63,000 users, 62 add to carts. But 3,700 users, 77 add to carts. 4,200 clicks, 252 add to carts.
Gotcha.
Look at the conversion rate between visitor and add to cart. I mean, massive difference, right? Mm-hmm. Now, it doesn't mean that one's performing better than the other. What you're seeing is touch point 1, touch point 2. That's it.
Yeah.
So, Alex, your first gut of iterate, absolutely. And I'm putting you all at a slight disadvantage just because due to time. So when we're looking at what is working first, what I messaged my partner is we went through kind of a Q&A here where I said, hey, an interesting phenomenon with creatives. I think UGC is the best type for us with volume. That is true. We made it up to $1 million a quarter in ad spend off of basically nothing, which only UGC. People very much get confirmation of their decision and also are introduced to us with the same UGC ad. It's like, here's a dog. He was sick. Now he's healthy. Yay. People love that. but I do see better performance on our non-UGC ads. They've been consistently $50 to $100 cheaper with NCAC. So I show some examples. I said I would attribute, no pun intended, this to us introducing the product behind the story. The story is UGCs. So the people see the story. I have a dog. He had cancer. The vet gave him 6 months to live. That was 4 years ago. Wow. Okay, I'm going away now. If I don't get a click, you basically have a happy story. Now, another non-UGC, 80% of our ads. This is, Terry. Terry had, tumors. Now Terry doesn't have tumors. Wow, that's really cool. Now I'm leaving you again. I have still not introduced the product to you. Go ahead.
Okay, got it. That was my question. So you're okay. This is very interesting, John, because this means that you can segment out your messaging, and you don't have you're you're telling me now that you don't have to have your hook, your value prop, and your offer. You can just have your hook be the entire thing, is what you're saying?
No. Like right now, we've hit ceilings because we only have a hook.
Okay.
We have a sick dog, healthy dog. Now, here's an example. If I show you this, and I have given critical immune defense to my German Shepherd 10 years. He's 11, had an MRI, yada, yada, yada. Sick puppy, and, if you'd never made it to our logo, you're like, cool. I just see like, a dog and a story, a dog and a story. Like, where is our product here? What did this?
Yeah, nothing. It's just the story itself people are looking at.
Right. If you actually clicked on any of them, you find out who we are. But there's literally nothing here that tells you about our product unless you go to the right, or unless you basically click on the ad and figure out more. But as you're scrolling through, you're just seeing like basically reading about happy stories of dogs. Yeah. And so I'm sitting there looking, I'm like, well, yes, you have a bunch of people that are not getting to the add to cart, but they know about us. So as soon as we put in an offer, a hook or a product demo or anything that tells them why these dogs are getting healthy, those 252 leads, 200 of them are new, 55 are re-engaged. But of 250, 200 are new. And that is with traffic that's 43% cold. That means that's 56.3 warm. They've already been to the site. They even know the product. But what this is basically saying is, hey, Caden, you have a sick dog? Yes, we have a sick dog. He got better now because we gave him something. Bye. And you're like, well, what the hell is going on? But I was like, now what I have to do is we have to then go back to these people and then do what we're talking about, a concept, hook, and offer. We already pretty much have our concept. That's kind of nailed down. But we definitely need a hook and offer. Is your dog also suffering from low energy, tumors, whatever it is? Now get a first subscription 40% off. Get a new customer deal. Buy your first bottle, receive 25% off. Buy one bottle, get one bottle free. Buy a bottle, get our tox, our digestive, our joint, critical, advanced hip and joint. Like, I'm basically now going to be introducing a product cross-sell, upsell, new offer. None of that's happening right now. We've been floating this whole company on happy puppies who are now better. We've done a very bad job at actually getting them. If they don't click, if the people are not necessarily engaging, they're not necessarily going to convert, because why would you? Hey, if you like this video, we have a school community where we have a few hundred members and we cover topics, everything from the basics to all the way to the like hyper crazy advanced stuff that's like coming out next month. So a few hundred members there. We go live twice a week, something with an hour-long education about something that is very relevant to the community that week, plus a weekly Q&A where you just get to come and bring us all of your problems and we solve them one at a time.
So I have a link below in the description if you want to join. And then obviously if you have any questions, feel free to reach out and we can answer those for you. And we'll see you in there.